Hello and welcome. For better or worse, one of the factors that will influence your decision making is the role of money. As being an informed decision maker is the main theme of this program, some clarity on how money may influence those choices is important. It's hard to ignore the impact money has on our lives, and some would say it's the root of all evil. Certainly, many people put financial success high on their list when identifying their values. But what is it? Why do we allow it to have so much influence? And how will it impact our choices? Whether you're considering a summer job or your career specialization, your compensation for your efforts will certainly be a consideration. What is your time worth? How much money will you need to fund your current lifestyle? And, more challenging, fund the life you envision for your future. Money will influence where you live, how you live, and very likely who you may choose to live with. The more you understand about what money is, and perhaps just as important, what it isn't, the more you can keep its influence in perspective when making decisions. Money has evolved with our increasingly complex societies. As people took on more specialized roles, they would need to trade the things they produced, or the services they could offer. The introduction of a simplified way to make an exchange led to the idea of using rare things to represent value. Over time, many things have been used for trading. Seashells, salt, gold coins, digital codes, even cigarettes in prisons, now being replaced with noodles as cigarettes are being banned. Eventually, most countries create their own currencies in the form of what we now call money. The value of those currencies changes with factors linked to things like the strength of a country's economy, their debt, the resources they own, inflation, how fast their governments print new money, and many other things. To have people accept that a piece of paper with some ink on it was worth something, banks and governments used to hold gold to back up the value of the paper. With time, this practice has disappeared as people learned to trust the value of the bills issued by a country. Today, most transactions don't involve paper, as digital transactions now become the most convenient way to make trades, and new currencies are being invented that are not controlled by governments, cryptocurrencies. Today, we hardly use money in the traditional way, but we trust it exists in some form. We know to buy the things we need and the things we want. We have to have something in our bank account. Our decision-making likely begins with choosing what goes into the bank account as deposits and what comes out as withdrawals. As most of your needs are likely being taken care of at this point, you get to focus more on your wants at this stage. Like, what do you want for Christmas this year? One day soon, most of your money will be diverted to things you need to survive: housing, food, utilities, transportation, etc., which may change your perspective on where money comes from and where it goes. When it comes to your future decision making, it may be helpful to consider how you will fund your needs and wants. For example, you will need a place to live, but what will that look like? What we would consider a basic need can have a wide range of possibilities that quickly start resembling wants. One other thing that is worth considering, as it intersects with most things related to money, is the role it has in determining our happiness. There's not much room here to go deep into this, but it should at least be introduced. What you're encouraged to tune into is the fact that there's not a direct correlation between money and happiness. That is, we cannot say that if you have more money, you will be happier. There's a great deal of evidence that suggests a certain amount of money to meet basic needs and a few niceties is connected to our happiness. Beyond that, though, more doesn't always equate to more, as people often stop appreciating or savoring life's simple pleasures. They may become less grateful for the things they have and become addicted to needing more of whatever it is they perceive to be the answer to the happiness conundrum. Tune into signs that money's ability to fund happiness is quite short-lived. How long does a new thing continue to bring joy? Would it be fun to have Christmas every day? Entire industries rely on us to be dissatisfied with our lives. Can you imagine what would happen to all those jobs and the economy if people woke up one day satisfied with what they have? So, the money debate takes us full circle, back to spending some time understanding who you are and what you want out of your journey. Money will absolutely have a role in your happiness. Where you need to be careful is how big a role it will have. The pursuit of happiness and the pursuit of money are not the same thing. Some spend a lifetime making money at the expense of their health, family, and quality relationships, only to discover that they may have missed the fine print. There's no guarantee that more money will mean more fulfillment. As you explore your important life decisions, continue to gain perspective on how much influence you feel money should have on your choices.